Hi everyone, this is Abby, PGY2 Oncology Pharmacy Resident, and for this month's Clinical Pearl, I am discussing the COVID-19 vaccination, specifically the Pfizer vaccination, in combination for patients who are using immune checkpoint inhibitors. Because the pivotal vaccination for BNT162b2, which is the Pfizer vaccine, included only healthy individuals or those with stable chronic medical conditions, a major obstacle faced by the Ministry of Health and by the National Council for the Prevention, Diagnosis, and Treatment of Malignant Disease was an absence of data regarding the safety and efficacy of the vaccine in patients with cancer who have been or are being treated. Based on the available knowledge regarding other routinely used vaccines, such as the influenza vaccine, the Ministry of Health recommended vaccination of all patients with cancer. On December 20, 2020, the Israeli Ministry of Health launched a national COVID-19 vaccination campaign that aimed to rapidly vaccinate all high-risk individuals by the end of January 2021. Patients with cancer who have been treated with systemic anti-cancer therapy are at a significantly increased risk of mortality from COVID-19. Therefore, it was very pertinent to vaccinate this high-risk group. However, concerns were raised regarding the ability of the vaccine to provoke or enhance immune-related side effects in patients being treated with immune checkpoint inhibitors. The institutional policy of the Oncology Division at the Tel Aviv Sourasky Medical Center and at the Oncology Unit at the Bnei Zion Medical Center was to allow and encourage vaccination for all patients with cancer being actively treated, regardless of their treatment type. This report looked at the safety in a cohort of patients being treated with immune checkpoint inhibitors at 2 participating institutions. Side effects among patients being treated with immune checkpoint inhibitors were monitored via detailed telephone questionnaires done 17 to 21 days after the first vaccine dose and at a median of 19 days after the second vaccine dose. Each patient with cancer who had received the second dose was matched by sex and year of birth to a healthy individual from the other cohort. Looking at the results from this study, patients were evaluated from January 11th to February 25th of 2021. A total of 170 patients being treated with immune checkpoint inhibitors were offered the vaccine. Out of that cohort, 33 patients refused the vaccine for various reasons, including hesitancy due to potential side effects. 137 patients received the first dose of the vaccine, and 134 patients received the second dose of the vaccine. 3 patients did pass away after the first dose. 1 was due to COVID-19 illness, and the other 2 were due to disease progression from their malignancy. Details the most common side effects that were reported in this study. The picture on the right shows the difference between patients who were receiving immune checkpoint inhibitors versus the control group that were not receiving immune checkpoint inhibitors. As you all can see here, the only difference that was statistically significant was that of muscle pain for a side effect, which was increased in the patients who were receiving immune checkpoint inhibitors. Other common side effects after the first dose that were experienced in this study include injection site pain, fatigue, headache, muscle pain, and chills. After the second dose, there was an increase in the incidence of side effects, which we have seen in other trials in different patient populations too. These included admissions to the hospital. 3 of these admissions were due to cancer-related complications, and 1 was due to fever. Of note, all the patients who were admitted were discharged after their treatment and did not have any worse outcomes. Other side effects after the second dose include injection site pain, local rash, muscle pain, fatigue, headache, fever, chills, GI complications, and finally flu-like symptoms. Authors also noted that most patients, 116, were treated with immune checkpoint inhibitors alone, and 18 were treated with a combination of immune checkpoint inhibitors and chemotherapy. A similar rate of systemic side effects was observed in both treatment groups, 27 of 116 versus 8 of 18. Really exciting to see is that there were no new immune-related side effects or exacerbation of existing immune-related side effects that were observed in this trial. Therefore, we can feel rather confident based on this data that vaccinating patients on immune checkpoint inhibitors is appropriate at this time with the Pfizer vaccination. The side effect profile was similar in the healthy controls and the patients with cancer, apart from that previously mentioned side effect of muscle pain that was significantly more common among patients being treated with immune checkpoint inhibitors. No immune-mediated myositis was diagnosed, however, after the vaccine was given in either patients or the controls. The potential association between previous immune-related side effects and the vaccine side effects was also examined within this trial. 72 of 134 patients had previously had grade 2 or worse immune checkpoint inhibitor-related side effects before they had the vaccine, and there was no significant difference in the number of patients who reported systemic side effects after the second dose of vaccine between those who had reported previous immune-related side effects and those who had not. And this was 24 of 72 versus 21 of 62 patients. Importantly, even in patients with previous immune-related side effects, the vaccine-related side effects were mild and did not lead to admission to the hospital, or they didn't require cessation of their current cancer treatment. To conclude, the data presented supports the short-term safety of the Pfizer mRNA COVID-19 vaccine in patients with cancer being treated with immune checkpoint inhibitors. Authors did note that this trial did have small cohorts. However, it is felt that from the data we do have available from this trial, that at this time, benefits likely outweigh any harms. I did also want to mention here that the ASCO guidelines do have this statement saying that at this time, patients undergoing treatment may be offered vaccination against COVID-19 as long as any components of the vaccine are not contraindicated. After reviewing this trial, I think we can feel more confident about this recommendation and also knowing that we are providing benefit for our patients that we vaccinate within Monument Health. As always, if you have any questions or wish to discuss further, you can contact me at my email listed there. And thank you so much for watching today's presentation.